Om Apyayantu mamangani Vak pranaschakshu Shrotramatho Balamendriyani cha sarvani Sarvam Brahma Panishadam Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarut Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam mestu Tadatmani nirate Ya Upanishadsu dharma Ste mai santu Te mai santu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, all the sensory and motor organs and the life force become powerful and efficient. All is verily the one without second, ever blissful, ever perfect, all-pervading existence known as Brahman. May I never deny this truth of Brahman. May the Brahman never reject me either. May all the virtues necessary to experience this truth in life and which are described as such by the Upanishads, may all those virtues be with me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us try to feel this truth of intrinsic oneness of all apparently multiple things. Think of a huge heap of ice cubes. I identify myself with one ice cube. I am that ice cube. All other ice cubes are distinct from me. I know this is my size, this is my weight, my shape, and so forth. I am identified with that. Form relationships with other ice cubes. Some ice cubes I consider as my parents, some other as my siblings, some other as my children, many other relations, all different ice cubes. I get connected with so many as my colleagues and friends. I get connected to many as my competitors and enemies. A vast number of the ice cubes in the heap. I just know they are different from me, but I don't have any particular relation with them. I am this one ice cube. This is how I am. But I see I am losing shape. I am not the same as I was just a little while ago. So also is the case of all other ice cubes. Oh, I can see that we are merging together. I see the intrinsic oneness. The differences were just an illusion. They were transitory. Soon, all of these become water, a pool of water. I see the oneness. There is no I left anymore. There really never was one, except in ignorance, in illusion. There is just one all-pervading, supreme, ever blissful, ever perfect existence itself. There are no desires, no sufferings therefore. It is all peace. Om. Peace. 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 So friends, let us begin this 214th class on this great text, stories from Srimad Bhagavatam. And as we had discussed, this tactic of conveying the truth through stories is very effective for people like us who are not competent, are not, or even though competent, are not interested in reading philosophies. We like to read stories. And so the stories are like those hypodermic needles. They, that doctors or the other professionals give shots using those needles. The medicine goes into our blood through that. The needle comes out. Needle is not kept there, that is taken out. So the stories are like those needles. They are used to instill the medicine. The purpose of that is that through stories the truths become easily acceptable, understandable, because stories is what we like. It is, everybody is so interested in reading stories. So that is why the sages also use this great technique and to a remarkable effect. You see, the great truths of life are distributed to masses in India through these great stories, that all over in the villages you see that in South India they have this Katha Kalakshepa. Means spend the time. Kalakshepa means spending the time listening to these stories. Not the just some romantic stories with no meaning. And it is, but the stories which has that a great spiritual significance which stays with us. The story comes out like the hypodermic needle. The needle goes in, and through that needle, the needle of the story, the medicine is pushed in. And after the medicine is put in, the story, the needle is taken out. That is what you all have experienced. What, Rajagopal, did you ever have a shot given? Yeah. Vittal, did you ever have a shot? The needle is kept there? No. The needle gets in, it is taken out. The medicine is inserted inside through that. So that is the great utility of these stories. So, Katha Kalakshepa, or it is in North India, it is Bhagavad Saptaha or Ramcharitmanas. All these wonderful stories. In this Maharashtra, they have the what is it called, the kirtans. They begin with story, and then in and through the story, the great truths are inserted. So different ideas are used. Some kirtans first they tell, but in very simple language, the principle, some spiritual truth. This is called the first part. And then in between there is a very nice singing. And then after that, the second part is a life story which illustrates this idea. So, thus it gets fully established in you. The very expert storytellers of this type, they are experts in both, in the philosophical aspect as well as how to present that aspect through a very enchanting story. So this is how these Puranas are like that. They tell nice stories. The stories, whether you accept them as true or not true, doesn't matter. As Sri Ramakrishna says that whether there was Radha, Krishna and all that, whether were they real or not, forget it. Do not break your heads on that. Take that tremendous devotion in those stories as it is coming out with such exuberance. Soak yourself in that. So that is the whole idea in this kind of literature. And therefore that is so popular. Most of our religion really rests in that. We don't have much time or competence to study the Upanishads and such things. And even if we study, we get sometimes an impression that I have understood. Without understanding, we get that impression. But actually, we have not understood. Through these stories, it goes deeper. So, and main purpose there is to instill knowledge, the non-dual truth, as well as yoga, various practices of devotion. All these are provided. So let us begin at the beginning before Charlie reminds that Swami, the opening chant. So let us begin with the opening chant. Chant as loudly as you can. जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेष्वभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with the Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So this is in and through all different stories. The principle is this: meditation on the truth supreme. It is, and how it is? It does not undergo any change. It is without undergoing any change. It appears as all this. That is a very special beauty. That is what is called the creation by superimposition. There is creation of certain type that they tell 4 types by which things get created in the world. One is called that apya, means you don't have that, you get it from the shop. So that is, but available in the shop, so you get it from there. That is called apya. Then there is another type, vikarya, means you don't have yogurt but you have milk. So through milk you can get yogurt, by that changing the nature of the milk. From milk you get yogurt. That is another variety. Then there is another way, it is samskarya. Means uh, you just have to purify it, clean it, that's all. There is the standard example given in Vedanta is there is a mirror. Now the lot of dust has accumulated on the mirror. So Ramesh goes, stands in front of that, that can't see his face. So what is to be done? Buy another mirror. Huh? Clean it, exactly. So that is one way of getting things. Mm. Uh, and these are the four ways in which the things. And how many did I tell? Three. Apya, uh, uh, vikarya, sanskarya, and what is one more? I am forgetting. Anybody remembers? That it is, there is one more. Yeah, that it is the sanskarya. Yeah, sanskarya, vikarya. Yes, there is the grow it up. That is utpadya. It is called utpadya. That you don't have that, so you produce it. That by doing farming or whatever, you produce it. So that is utpadya. So, but this is none of it. This creation of this universe from Brahman does not fall in any of these. It is because it is not created at all. There is no change in God. Without any change, it appears, therefore it is called adhyasa. We are studying it in that Vedanta Sara. Adhyasa. It is superimposition. So, in superimposition, the principle is that this thing that is being superimposed, that thing never changes. It remains the same. You see the superimposition. It is like our Gita Prana Mataji told, she was coming back, had gone somewhere, and in the evening, in that area, the bears, they come out, and then they have the right of way. So she saw a bear standing there. So she thought, let the bear go, and then I will drive further. The bear was not quickly moving away. Then another car came from the opposite, and in the light of that she saw that it is log of wood. The log of wood was being seen as a bear. Did that in any way affect the log of wood? No. Without any change, the bear got created as it were. So this is how the universe is. What, Yona, can you believe it? What? This is the universe, it is. It is just out of ignorance, out of not seeing God. It is there. It is actually nothing there. Only God alone had been there, is there, will be there. There is no change happening there. This is the great truth here. So this is illustrated through various different stories. So this is the truth supreme, that without any change, everything is appearing in this way. We were seeing the lineage of the great king Mandhata, the solar dynasty. We have this solar dynasty where the Rama is almost the end of it. So Rama, therefore we while chanting, singing the Ram Nam Sankirtanam, we say Chanda Kirana Kula Mandana Ram. That Chanda Kirana means this, that the Kula, the clan, coming from Chanda Kirana is the name of sun. The rays of sun are very powerful. So Chanda Kirana Kula, that is the clan of sun. In that, this is Rama that has come up. But before we go to the story of Rama, we will have to wait for a few more classes. So this one is the story of a very famous king, Sagar. Sagar, our grandmother used to tell that story in such a lively manner, that the king Sagar and how that king Sagar, through that his children and grandchildren, how they brought the Ganges from the heavens down to the earth, the bringing down of Ganges. Wonderful story, friends. The coming of the Ganges, now that we feel Ganges so such a holy river, let us take a dip in Ganges, because it is actually from heaven. It is from the realm of God that this river has been brought on the earth with great effort of so many sages. The story begins like this, that it continues, there were Mandhata, some other kings, ups and downs. One king was there, Bahuka. Usually all the kings in this dynasty were very powerful. Nobody could defeat them. But this king Bahuka was a bit a weaker link. So he got defeated in the war, and to save his life, he ran into forest along with his wife. So, to save his life, he took his queen and they ran into forest. Some others also followed. In time, as the time rolls on, the Bahuka passed away. And the queen was thinking of self-immolation. They call it sati, that it is so to finish one's own life because the husband has passed away. I am not interested in further living. But the teacher of that clan, that sage Aurva, prevented her. No, you don't do that. You cannot do that. Why? As he could see that the queen is pregnant. There is a child, and that child should be saved. So therefore the queen was stopped from this self-immolation. So it is but what happens, seeing her pregnant, ready to bear child, the other wives of this king, they became terribly jealous. Jealousy is a human trait. If I don't get, I do not become that unhappy. But if the other, my neighbor, gets it, then my blood starts boiling. Why he got it? It is, I understand that I may not have been qualified, but I was certainly better than that fellow. See, politics everywhere. It is all that anger comes, the jealousy. Jealousy is one of the major enemies which prevent us from getting the spiritual truth imbibed. Therefore, in Bhagavad Gita, you read that uh, Sri Krishna calls Arjun before giving a very important lesson, that uh, Anasuyave, the one who is free from jealousy. You can get this truth only because you are free from jealousy. Punarbhuya pravakshami, that I am telling you this again. Pravakshami anasuyave, that because you are free from jealousy. If there is jealousy in us, we will not be able to get this truth in us. So be wary of this jealousy. It should be kicked out. And when the jealousy comes up, what you will do, what terrible evil actions will happen because of jealousy, you cannot guarantee. What these queens did, other wives, other wives of Bahuka, out of jealousy, tried to kill her by poisoning her food so that she, along with the fetus, will die. But the poison, it seems, didn't go in properly, didn't work. It happens, you know. A man wanted to commit suicide. So that in India, he went to the shop to buy poison to kill himself, and took it, but didn't die because the poison was adulterated. So didn't die because of that poison. By the time the mind had changed, I should not have committed suicide. So he was happy that he was saved, and so gave a party and brought lot of nice sweet things and ate them a lot. And those sweets were adulterated, so died because of that, you know. So it is those. That is how it happens. So this poison didn't work. So, but didn't work means the poison and the child were born together, as it were, side by side. The poison also was there, the child also was there. They did not interact with each other. The mother and the child, they remained safe. The poison went inside but didn't do anything because it has to go into a particular channel, then it works. It is that is, some people they say that poison is one thing, venom is another thing. Venom has to go into your blood. Like that is a sting of snake. You know, when a snake bites, it has to go in the blood. Then it acts, because that is, therefore the snake, it is not correct word to say poisonous snake, venomous snake. So because it is venom, it acts only if it goes in the blood. If you eat it, you may not have, don't try, I mean, it is, if you eat it, you will not have, it will not have any effect. But if it goes into the blood, then only it has effect. Poison, when you get it into your stomach, then it will have the effect. So therefore, they this poison and the child were born. Along with the poison, the child was born. So he was named Sagara. Sagara. It is Sagara. Gara means poison. Along with poison, he was born. So his name became Sagara. And Sagara became very powerful. He collected a good army around him and won back the lost kingdom. The kingdom that was lost, he regained it with having, a powerful army organized very well, and thus the lost kingdom was gained by this King Sagara. So he again became now the king. So now he became the king, and then that is how this is city Ayodhya. He established that as the capital city, Ayodhya. So on the bank of the Sharayu river. Now also the Ayodhya is right there on the bank of the river Sharayu. So this Sharayu now and the Ayodhya, that was all by the king Sagara. Then later on we will see that his sons, they dig a lot of earth and that water came in, so that big body of water therefore gets called Sagara. Sagara, have you heard this word Sagara? Sagara, because it comes from Sagara, that's created by the efforts of Sagara's sons. So it is Sagara. That is why the ocean, the huge body of water, it gets the name Sagara. So it is from Sagara. So that is this Sagara. And then he had two wives, and from one wife he got, her name was Sumati. And how many sons he got? Unimaginable. Our Tilak will say, no, I don't have to do anything with these stories. Terrible. Very dumb. Yeah, very dumb. But that is, you don't worry about that. It's 60,000 sons from one wife, Sumati. So, how could he bear 60,000? But that is, many give some explanations. I don't go into that. It is said that the expert in the field of these test tube babies and all that, that the Kauravas, 100 Kauravas were actually the 100 test tube babies, because the description very much matches that the one fetus was cut into 100 pieces and then put into different tubes, and thus the 100 Kauravas got born out of it. Now it is matter whether you want to believe or you don't want to believe, it doesn't matter. But these 60,000 sons. And then the Guru Aurva told the king, now you have become a very powerful king. All this earth is under now your power. So to assert that and get the meritorious results, you perform Ashwamedha Yajna, the special horse sacrifice. The horse sacrifice is, it comes in Vedas. Brihadaranyaka, actually this Upanishad begins with the horse sacrifice. Ushava, Ashvasya, Medhyasya, Shiraha, and so forth. The meaning in Upanishad is very deeply spiritual. So, it is, we will not go into that right now, but this Ashwamedha, the idea is the horse is let loose and the big army follows it. If somebody wants to obstruct the horse or capture the horse, then the army attacks them. It is so, whatever region the horse goes through, that is therefore considered under the realm of that king who is performing this Ashwamedha. If you want to challenge, come on, catch the horse. We will have a battle, a test of strength, and then we'll see. So this horse was let loose, and then the horse started moving. But what happened? Somehow it is, there was this Indra. Indra want to create obstruction in such sacrifices because his position comes under threat. He is very powerful, he controls everything, but somebody attains that merit, then will become too powerful. This Indra and such gods are also very jealous. They want to guard. Tulsidas is very harsh on these gods, you know. It is, they want to guard themselves. Do not so you see the stories that if somebody is doing intense these austerities, then because of the power of austerities, the Indra's seat started, getting uh, shaky. So, therefore, to cause problems in their austerity, Indra sends some pretty these dames to Apsaras. Oh, Menaka, you go and then disturb the meditation of this particular sage so that he will lose all the power that is coming up. He tempt that sage. So they were very adept in tempting. So they would be sent to do that job. Sometimes he would use other techniques. In our Ramakrishna mission, one story is very current. You see, all the Ramakrishna mission Swamis, they are busy doing accounts and works and always worried about all these things. Oh, what should be done in this case? Oh, how to file all those returns, how to get all those what is called Provident Fund accounts. It is all very intricate, so making payrolls of everybody. So accounts. So Ramakrishna Mission Swamis earlier used to do lot of austerities. This is just a nice story. And so Indra's seat became very unsteady. He started feeling very unsafe, and he called everybody what to do. Shall we send all these damsels, Rambha and Menaka, Urvashi and all that? His advisors tell that those old techniques won't work now. These Ramakrishna Mission Swamis, they are Sri Ramakrishna's followers. Give up woman and gold. That will not work, therefore. So, what to do? Then one that suggested Indra, you do one thing. Emphasize on their minds the importance of keeping accounts. So Indra came in the form of a well-wishing devotee, and then uh, he saw the head at the Belur Math, uh, and he showed the one that, see what Swami Vivekananda has said, that you must keep proper account. You collect public money, and so you need to give the account of what you get, and also it should be very meticulously kept. The government will be, watching you. So therefore, get that accounts done, get a chartered accountant for internal audit and external audit. It is, and all that. And since then, the Ramakrishna Mission Swamis became all so busy. No time for any practice of austerities and meditations and all that. Right from morning till evening, they are doing those accounts and that related works. So, all busy like that. I don't, I have our Charlie to take care of it. So, it is. But that is how this whole thing, Indra's, this uh, this strategy to disturb. So here Indra applied this strategy, steal the horse, while all those 60,000 sons of Sagara, they were very powerful. And what happens is, if the power is not properly spiritually governed, then it automatically gives rise to arrogance. We need power, but how should that power be, Adi? Huh? Regulated. The power should not be allowed to breed arrogance. As soon as you feel you are powerful, then you become arrogant. You do not know how to behave in a humble, polite manner. It is so. These Sagar's sons, 60,000, the strength itself was, that we are such a powerful army, that gives the sense we are indefeatable, undefeatable. We can do anything we want. Huge, big, powerful army that we are. And so, when that horse, they did not see where did the horse go. They saw that it went inside the earth somewhere, and so decided to dig the earth. They went on digging in a big way, here, there, everywhere, and so made a big this hole there. All got filled with water, and that is how the sagar came up. So, as they were doing it, in some one, it is mentioned, northeast corner of that big pit, they saw a sage, the sage Kapila. He was meditating immersed in samadhi. This Kapila, about whom that there is, this is Vedanta Kapila, not exactly the Sankhya Kapila. It is, we had seen it in Bhagavatam earlier, the story of God, Ishwar, the incarnation of God, as Kapila. He was born to a lady, and then he gave knowledge to his mother. That is a very special dialogue. Through these dialogues, the spiritual truths come. Sometimes the dialogue is between the friends, like the dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. The connection is that they were friends. So that is how the exchange happens. In many Upanishads, the disciple and the teacher. Disciple asks questions, teacher tells the answer. Here, the child is telling to his mother. So it's a very special treatise, Kapilopadesha. So we had seen it earlier, full of these great truths. And then Kapila said, "Okay, mother, now I have done my job. My incarnation is now over. I go away." So it is thus Kapila was seen immersed in samadhi at one corner there, and Indra, very clever, he kept the horse right there. Stole, but where to keep it? So just by the side of Kapila, he kept it and vanished. So now these people thought that this Kapila is the one who stole that our horse, and without any thought, they started abusing Kapila in great anger. So it is that let me read. The sons of Sumati, proud of their strength, went searching for the horse at their father's command and dug up all around the earth. In the course of their quest, in the northeastern direction, they saw the sage Kapila in the state of meditation with the horse standing by his side. Here is the horse lifter. Here he sits with eyes closed as if he were in samadhi. Kill him! So cried out the princes with their weapons that unsheathed. And when the sage opened the eyes, hearing all this shouting, and then deprived of their intelligence by Indra, they sought to insult the great sage. And as a consequence, they perished in the fire that came out of their own evil possessed bodies. They all got burned. It is not that the sage Kapila burned them. No, that is squarely refuted here. That it says the common belief that Sagara's sons died in the fire of the anger of Kapila is wrong. That how can you attribute anger, a product of tamasa, to a personage who was all sattva and who could sanctify the whole world? It would be like attributing the dust which is of the earth to the sky. How can there be distinction between friend and foe for the all-knowing sage? So that is how Kapila did not burn anybody, but that the misbehaving of these people that made them get burned. It is so. It is so. So they got burned because they got burnt in the fire of their own sin, of abusing this great sage. So, and they died, all became ash. They so when and then they did not return, therefore, nor the horse returned. So king waited and waited and waited. And then there was another son from another wife. Her name was Keshini. So Keshini, that her son was summoned to the task, but not exactly her son, but sun's son. Because the sun, he got the name Asamanjas, because he was behaving uh, as if like an insane person. Deliberately he was behaving like that because he was earlier a yogi and then slipped on the path, and thus had to take birth again. So this birth he decided that let everybody uh, think of him as insane. They won't bother him. So that is why he got the name Asamanjasa, means doesn't have the mind. It is not understanding anything. So he was in his previous birth a great yogi, but due to attachment he happened to have a downfall in his spiritual life. Attachment, even if it is a very little and seemingly doesn't is harmless, yet it can cause the downfall. Uh, that so others thought he is insane. Uh, so one act of his is mentioned. He drowned all children playing near the bank of Sharayu. He made them drown, pushed them in the waters, all got drowned. What an so father abandoned him. You do such insane acts. Then later on, through his yogic power, he brought them all out. Because he had all those powers, but so being thought of as insane, so he was not given this task. His son, so he, the directed by King Anshuman, his name was Anshuman. Anshuman was given this job. Okay, you try to get that horse and also my other 60,000 sons. What happened to them? And he set about this great task in right earnest. So that is how this is the previous thing that we already discussed, and they insulted the sage and all that. The son of the other son took up the job of tracing the horse and his uncles. And he found that the horse is there, the sage Kapila is there, no trace of his uncles. So he approached the sage and praised the sage with great adoration that him to Kapila, even Brahma has not been able to realize thee who transcended him. So you are transcendent reality. Who can tell anything about you? All these living beings who are dominated by the three gunas of Prakriti, Sattva, Rajas and Tamas, are under the infatuation of thy Maya. Consequently, their mind goes only outward and fails to perceive thee within. That is what our mind happens to our mind. It goes out, and thus we miss the truth. We miss the happiness, we miss the truth, because that is inside. And we are looking for that outside. Thinking that I will find it here, I will find it there, So, no, you don't get it at all. So, because you are looking at the wrong place, how can you find it in a place where it is not? So, it is that there is a very nice bhajan. मोको कहाँ तू ढूंढे बंधे मैं तो तेरे पास में ना मंदिर में ना मस्जिद में मैं तुम्हारी दिस हृदय में मैं बैठा हूँ आई एम सिटिंग राइट देयर मैं तो तेरे पास में आई एम राइट क्लोज टू यू very close but we don't believe we think that no must be somewhere far away let me climb the Himalayas and I will find Sri Ramakrishna used to chide that it is nobody comes here why because they think in the Kolkata what can I find I have to go to Himalayas so they don't come to Sri Ramakrishna. So that is the misunderstanding that we have right here. But no, we have to go somewhere in the Himalayas. There is this ashram of this Baba and that Baba, and then there I will find it, and nothing like that. So it is thus we get misled. So this is the nice prayer he sings, and then the sage says, okay, it is this horse, of course you can take right here. I am pleased with you. You can take this horse. What about my uncles? Kapila points out to the heap of ash. You can get them liberated only by the touch of waters of holy Ganges. Holy waters of Ganges alone will be able to that bring them alive and take them to their eternal abode. So now see how you can bring the Ganges here, and that is a very beautiful, enlightening, tremendous story of how this Amshuman brings the Ganges. It is the work that requires lot of perseverance, went on generation after generation. And Bhagirath in that lineage finally succeeded. But it is because of he was standing on the shoulders of all. Some work has been done by them, some by the next. And then Bhagirath had the crowning glory. They did all tremendous austerities, put in tremendous efforts to get the Ganges from heaven down to earth. So, very fascinating story. Anyway, we shall try to discuss that next Friday. So, let us conclude with this closing chant. After that, if you have any questions about this discussion, please feel free to ask. निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Anybody has any question? Nobody has any question here. Upstairs, any question? Okay. Web questions, You have to speak into the microphone. Wait, here there is one question going on. Come on.
The sage Kapila that you mentioned. And I missed if you said this is the same Kapila as the Sankhya philosophy or a different Kapila?
It looks different.
Different, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because his teachings are Vedanta teachings and not the Sankhya teaching. But as Swami Vivekananda says, that there is Sankhya forms the basis of so many world philosophies. It is because they are all proper techniques of reasoning. So therefore, and Vedanta and Sankhya has as such all the cosmology is almost same. So psychology is almost same. That is so Sankhya comes very close to Vedanta. Yeah. Come on, question up there.
There's a question from Taraswin.
Namaskar, Taraswin.
Pranam. If a mind is lighted up by the light of self, why does it superimpose unreal over real? Why can't it see the truth in all its clarity and grandeur?
Well, this, we had discussed, there is no why about this superimposition. Why is there superimposition? This question also is asked within superimposition. So, why it is there is superimposition? That is itself a superimposition. So, there is no answer to that why. It is the question itself is not a rational question. That a superimposition and that why, see where the why comes, it is the question comes in the mind, why? And that mind is a product of superimposition. There is otherwise really no mind. God alone is there, and there is no mind, intellect, all these. They are the future, the products of superimposition. So therefore, why this question comes as a product of superimposition. Yeah. Any other question? No. Okay. So, very good. Let us conclude with the closing chant. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol. Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol.